Now on BBC One, Blue Peter.
Hello. And we start off today by wishing very many happy returns of last Saturday to Jack and Jill. They were 1 year old.
Happy returns. And we've saved cutting their cake until today so that you can see them enjoying eating it. We'll be doing that at the end of the programme. First of all, though, we must show you all the marvellous presents and cards they've received, and we must say thank you very much as well.
Yes, thank you. We haven't had a display like this in the studio since Petra's birthday. We've had lots of cards. We've got them all up. There are big ones, small ones. Some are almost as big as me, like this jumbo one here with a nautical Jack and Jill on the front there, sailing on our Blue Peter ship. Inside, it's a combined effort from Class 5 from Lacey Gardens School, and they've got little flaps like on advent calendars. There we've got the Blue Peter lifeboat. Up above, there's a nice little poem that says, "There were two young pussies from Australia who went to a fancy dress ball as a dahlia. A penny a look was all very well, but tuppence a smell was a failure."
Oh, it's a budding poet there, definitely. I have another card here with a very nautical flavour. This one shows a ship with 2 portholes and... Whoop, Jill's just gone off there to have a look at the next card. Jack and Jill looking out of the portholes over the sea.
And I like this one too, because inside it says, "To Jack and Jill, TV superstars." So there's, there they are, sitting on top of a huge globe on a television set with what I think is me, Lesley and John around the side saying, "Jack and Jill, come down at once." Actually, there's another smashing poem in this card as well. It says, "Jack and Jill trotted up a hill for milk about a litre. But they'll be back on a northerly tack on BBC's Blue Peter."
I like that.
They've got a few funny cards, like this sparkling one, which was a nice bit of fun. And he says at the top, "What you want for your birthday, Jill? Jack in a box or a nice corn?"
Oh.
A card.
A nice sense of humour, that. Actually, we've had cards for Jack and Jill from all over the British Isles. There's an enormous Paddington bear, complete with his pot of marmalade. That came from Belfast. And some rather nice homemade ones, too. I like this one. It's got 2 kittens on the front, playing with a basket of wool, and then it's got a wool surround to it, and the words, "Happy Birthday," they're written in wool as well, and there's more wool to come in the names Jack and Jill. Wool, wool, wool.
Oh, and how's this for a nice idea? A huge black capital letter J, trimmed around with doily fringing and 2 cut-out kittens on it as well. And I'm sure that those kittens would thoroughly enjoy eating this enormous fish, which I think is a plate. Anyway, it's made from cardboard covered in wallpaper. It makes a nice, attractive design.
Yeah, there'll be lots of presents, too. I've got a great pile of presents down here. There are fluffy balls, cotton bobbins, mises, and there was a rather nice picture arrived, actually, showing 3 cats looking very similar to Jack and Jill, possibly distant relations. They've also been sent the Observer Book of Cats. And inside there's a section on tabbies, so when they've got a spare couple of moments, they can sit down and read all about themselves.
Well, as you can see, they have had some really nice presents. John, Peter and I gave them a present too. Here they are, 2 woolly kittens, and these are rather nice actually for them to play with because they're very soft. There's nothing sharp in there to hurt them when they are playing. And we've got a spotty one here. This one's for Jill. Jill, there's your kitten, and a stripy one for Jack. I think actually they'll be more interested after they've had a bite of their cake.
Yes, they've got their beady eyes on that.
Can't
But I think they have already had quite a good time with some of the things that have come in. They'll certainly enjoy the cake later on. Well, it may have escaped your notice, it had mine until earlier today, that celebrations today are shared by 4 very large and distant ancestors. They're the 4 huge lions at the base of Nelson's Column in Trafalgar Square, Sir Edwin Landseer's famous lions. It's actually 110 years to the day since they were very first unveiled, and they've become one of Britain's top tourist attractions. It's interesting to think that they were criticised when they were first unveiled as not being really like lions at all, but like very big pussy cats. For myself, I think they're smashing. Anyway, back to our cat celebrations today, because we're going to continue with a great studio spectacular. Next month, the 3rd International Baton Twirling Championships of Britain take place at Southampton's Guildhall. There are going to be many famous twirlers there from literally all over the world who will be both competing and taking part in some of the judging of the different sections. There are quite a lot of those different sections. And in the show core title competition, one of the highlights must surely be the performance by the defending champions, the Spencerette Majorettes from Eastleigh.
Actually, there's more to baton twirling than meets the eye. It's not so much a question of hanging onto your baton and not letting it drop to the ground, though that in itself is pretty difficult. There's also an awful lot of very complicated finger and wrist movements. Well, the reigning British junior solo champion is Debbie Gunner, who comes from Maidstone. Hello, Debbie. You're obviously getting ready for the championships now,
Yes.
coming up shortly. How do you think you're going to do?
Well, I don't really know because we're not allowed to see our competition.
So it's really a question of just practice, practice. How much do you do of that?
About 6 hours a week.
That's what, after school in the
Yes.
evenings, I suppose. How long have you been doing this twirling?
7 years.
How old are you now?
I'm 14.
So you've been practicing it for 7 years. It takes a long time to really perfect it, doesn't it? Now, how about your uniform? It's very attractive, but is it designed to go with what you do?
Not really. But
No?
mustn't have a high neck because of rolls and things. It slips
yeah.
on the collar.
And how about your hair?
Well, that's mainly, done to keep because if you've got it down and do rolls, it slides.
If you've got the baton moving
Yeah.
around your neck, as you do sometimes. And also, while we're talking about hair, you've got a lovely tiara. Is
Yes.
that... How did you come to get that?
Well, you win that with the championship. You win a tiara, a sash, and a bouquet of flowers and a trophy.
Lovely. Do you keep the tiara?
Yes.
So that's yours
all of
forever. Lovely. Well, I know that Johnny, in fact, last year had a go at being a drum major, and he had an enormous, great big baton. He got his fingers in a terrible twist. Do you think I could have a go
Yes.
with this one? Now, I rather like the step they were doing in the dance. You know, the one where they kick the legs up. Do you think I could do
You
that?
hold the baton by the ball
Yeah.
and step forward.
Yes.
And as you step forward, the baton goes down.
The baton goes down. Oh! And you hit the reigning champion on the elbow. I'll stand a little bit further away from you. Right.
Down.
Boom. Yes.
Back. And up.
And up. Right. Down. Down. I think you're very brave standing next to me. Oh, that's splendid. I like that. But in fact, I'm cheating a bit, aren't I? Because the leg movement is distracting from the things I'm
Yes.
doing with my hands. Now, what sort of things, on a simple basis, do you do with your hands?
Plateau. You start with the ball at the top.
Now, let's get this straight for a minute. The ball, is that the...
That's the ball, the big end.
That's the biggest end there?
Yes.
Yeah. And what's at the other end?
That's the ferrule.
That's right down the bottom
Down
there.
there, yeah.
And that's smaller. And what's the
Smaller.
bit in the middle? Has this got
It's
a
called
name?
a shaft.
The shaft. Now, if I hold the shaft
It should balance. It's just off centre.
just off centre, is that it's weighted slightly down on the ball end because it's bigger?
It's weighted just off centre.
Just off centre. I see. So, in fact, you can't do baton twirling with a piece of stick.
No.
You've got to have the correct equipment. Right, now, what was the
Platter.
movement I've got to do? The platter. It looks so easy, doesn't it? Like that. Like that, like... what, mixing a pudding?
Yeah, that would be
Yes, I don't think my pudding would actually ever get mixed. But in fact, you're not moving your fingers on that,
No.
are you? So what about a fingery?
It's finger twirls. Through the
have a look.
fingers.
You
Start
show me
like
with
that.
my fingers. Start like that.
It goes through the fingers.
Through the fingers. Over the tops of the fingers, is it?
Into your little finger.
Oh,
And then it comes over to this side and your
over to
little
that
finger.
side. Oh, dear.
Through there.
Yes, that's extremely difficult. What about the ones where it flies?
Well, there's a neck wrap. or the body wraps.
Yeah.
You hold it with the ferrule.
Yeah.
The little end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it goes round the neck.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Let
I've
go
got
of
to
it.
catch it, have I? Well, hang on a minute. Dropped it. Oh, dear. Listen, there's a second section, isn't there, in the
Yes.
championship, which is the two-baton section. Are you going to take part in that?
Yes.
Yes? So if I retrieve my drop baton and give you that, I could ask you to give us a bit of a demonstration.
Yes.
It's all yours. Good luck in the competition.
Okay.
Yeah, that was great. You know, Shep wants to be a drummer. He now wants to be a baton twirler. Congratulations, girls. Now then, if you've ever been on a sightseeing trip to London, you may well have visited a rather well-known building in the Marylebone Road. It's Madame Tussaud's, the most famous waxwork museum in the world, and not-so-famous people and famous people are lined up there absolutely motionless.
I don't think anybody's noticed I'm here yet. Mind you, I'm not supposed to be, at least not yet. This space doesn't say reserved for John Noakes, but it might well be, as Madame Tussauds have really done me proud. They've asked to make a waxwork model of me to go in this gallery with all the famous people. Hello, Percy. And not just me, Shep as well. Sheppy, come on. Because we have got an appointment with a man who's going to make a model out of us. Come on.
Sculptor Ian Hanson's job was to take all my head measurements before making the clay model.
You're going to do with that a brain operation?
No. It's fairly simple. We just take the total length measurement through your head.
Next to me in the studio, Shep was having his measurements taken. The sculptor April will make his model in glass fibre. If Shep was as apprehensive as me, he wasn't showing it. But he did seem anxious to make friends with April while she had the tape measure in her hand.
How about if you have bumps on your head?
We'll have to do a lot of measurements then.
Yeah.
Out of the corner of my eyes, I could just see round the rest of the studio, and there were times when I had the distinct impression that we were being watched.
Now, you've got to split my head up.
Yes, I measure the greatest length and then the greatest width on it. What I want to do now is take the varying measurements up the length of your head. So we split it up that way.
Are there a great deal of differences in sizes of mouths and, say, noses?
Well, you get a difference in the way it is allocated between that point and that, so that we measure the height through there. And then we check that one, which gives me the exact location now of how it fits in between the two.
Yeah. It won't slip, will it?
Because it can vary in width all the time.
Yeah.
It's a very fluid thing.
Yeah, because when you smile... And
Yes, the whole thing alters. But then it's not just the mouth, it alters the whole face.
My eyebrows move as well.
It's all alive, is it?
Shep was trying very hard to be a good model, but it's a tiring business when every measurement has to be checked several times. This collection of eyeballs is for Ian to choose a perfect match from. He has over 400, and these were just the blue ones.
Cast your eye upon one or two of these.
I think somebody's got their eye on me.
Now, if you could lift your chin up, we'll try and match out of all these.
Do you have difficulty with eyes?
Well, they vary in size.
That one looks a bit
This
bloodshot.
this has got a strongly marked blue line around it.
Yeah.
So we want something a little fainter.
They're quite light. I thought they'd be pot, but in fact they're glass.
The glass, yes. Now, that's a lot closer than those two.
Have I got a matching pair?
Yes, I think you've got a matching pair there. Yes.
Yeah,
At least we've matched the grey one.
Oh.
Yes.
What are you
I'd
going
like
do
to now take a sample from the hair so we can colour match
Oh,
to
yes,
that.
yes.
So,
Well, it's just a sort of mousy... mousy.
well, no, this is it. The hair itself, although you may think it's brown, is in fact a combination, in your particular case, of at least about 4 to 5 different colours.
Blonde.
Yes.
There's no grey, is there?
The odd one I can find in amongst
Is it?
this. So that, there we are. If you have a look at that, you see there's one there.
Oh, one in a million.
Measurements and samples aren't quite enough. Several dozen photographs will remind Ian exactly what we look like.
Hey! Up. Oh, my nanny's dog.
Now, if you could look this way, John, yes.
Yeah, stay.
To make my whole figure and head will take 3 months, and is a complicated process of clay sculpture, moulding and finally casting in wax. My hands could be moulded directly, so Ray was going to put me in a plaster cast.
It's a good job you're not doing me all over, isn't it?
It is.
Why do I have to be in this position?
Well, this is the position you're going to be in the exhibition.
Oh.
Now, if you like to immerse your hand in plaster,
Just dip it right in.
straight under.
Looks nice and warm.
Lovely. Now, if you can take up the position.
Does it matter if it drips around?
No.
What's the string for?
Well, this is to release you when I take the cast off.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a cheese cutter. I suppose it is, isn't it?
It is, virtually.
So when the plaster's hard, you just give it a tug and it cuts through?
Just before it fully sets, we pull the thread and it releases you.
What happens if I don't get released?
We've got a big mallet.
Just felt as though it had dropped off the end.
It will full of his pulling.
I've done some daft things in my time, but I don't think I've ever had plaster slatted at me. What have you got hammer and chisel for?
I'm just going to tap it slightly to loosen it.
What happens if the plaster turns red?
I think we all start worrying.
I felt it come away at that side.
Lovely.
Oh, I can feel it giving. Oh,
That's all right.
can you sort of, where it's cracked, can you re-stick it with a piece of plaster?
We can stick all these back together.
Oh, those whiskers on my wrist! I'm glad you're not doing my chest.
Lovely. Thank you.
And out of all those, you can make my hand up.
Out of all these, make your hand up again.
Can I have my whiskers back? Madame Tussaud say they won't finally decide where they're going to put me until the waxwork model is finished. It might be in the Great Hall next to Picasso. No. With Muhammad Ali in the Hall of Heroes? Perhaps not. Next door to the Queen Mum. That might be nice. On the other hand, surely not.
No, surely not. I don't know, though. Anyway, it's a very great honour for Shep to be the first dog in history to be sculpted for Madame Tussaud. It's a great honour indeed. Well, at our Lifeline Lebanon depot, cards, stamps and all sorts of interesting items keep on turning up. And amongst them is this splendid postcard. Now, you may wonder what's so particular about a picture of a battleship on fire. But this ship is actually the German pocket battleship, the Graf Spee. It was very famous in the early part of the Second World War, operating in the South Atlantic and causing absolute havoc to British merchant ships. Well, 2 British warships, the Ajax and the Exeter, and the New Zealand ship Achilles, got engaged in a terrific battle with the Graf Spee. The Graf Spee was badly damaged, but managed to limp to what she thought was sanctuary here at the port of Montevideo in Uruguay at the mouth of the River Plate. As I say, they hoped they'd found sanctuary there, but Uruguay during the Second World War was neutral, and the Uruguayan government insisted that the Graf Spee should leave within 72 hours. Well, the Graf Spee knew that the Allied ships were waiting to sink her at the mouth of the River Plate, but there was no choice. She had to go. On shore, the people of Uruguay got ready for the spectacle of a great sea battle, when, on the evening of the 17th of December 1939, the Graf Spee steamed out of harbour to meet the British fleet.
I can assure you folks that although we're able to follow every move, it's impossible to imagine what will happen next. The suspense here is unbelievable. The best guess is that they've left a suicide crew on board to put up as good a fight as possible against hopeless odds and to go down fighting. The British ships are... An enormous sheet of flame! A tremendous explosion! Pillars of fire! Screaming! You can feel the blast here 3 miles away! She's blowing... committing suicide! She's tearing herself apart! Another explosion!
Well, as you can see from that bit of film, the Graf Spee wasn't sunk by British shelling, but was deliberately blown up by our own crew to prevent being captured. In fact, the Graf Spee was carrying some very valuable secret equipment, which the Nazis were quite determined wasn't going to fall into enemy hands. But then something rather extraordinary happened. The Nazis decided to sell the wreck of the Graf Spee for scrap. Now, they thought they were selling it to a dealer in Uruguay, but that wasn't the case, because they'd actually sold it to a British secret agent, whose name, believe it or not, is the same as my dad's, Ken Purvis, actually spelt with an I rather than an E, but he turned out to be the real buyer. Not only that, all the secret equipment was not destroyed, and Mr. Purvis was able to bring back to Britain a new anti-aircraft design and 2 completely new radar systems. Well, this story has really only just been revealed, and Mr. Purvis is now quietly retired down in Cornwall, and he says he's still not able to tell all the facts. But I think you can see from that story why this postcard really is a very valuable collector's item. Anyway, away from our appeal now, but still on interesting stories, let's go over to join Lesley and William.
And William is a 6-year-old, very friendly mongrel from Watford. He's owned by Mrs. Connie Turner, and the other day they were both watching Shep taking part in our canine mastermind competition, and Mrs. Turner saw Shep playing with a balloon. So she decided to write us a letter, because William here is rather an accomplished balloonist as well, with a difference, though, because he provides his own musical accompaniment as he plays with the balloon. Mrs. Turner ends her letter by saying he, William that is, could keep the balloon on the go for the duration of your programme. Well, that was a challenge that we could not resist, so we've got William here today in the studio. We're going to have our very own contest with our very own master balloonist, Shep.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Turner and I have got balloons here. We're going to keep the 2 dogs in front of the cameras, so it's really up to you now, Pete.
OK, well, I'm going to act as scorekeeper, timekeeper and referee. So, if you're all set, on your marks, get set. And they've just got half a minute to go on this. The dog that keeps it up, that's an assist there from Mrs. Turner. So that's 1 point lost by William. Shep's keeping it up there. A bit of confusion here. Shep's dropped it. William's still going. Assisted there. Another point drop. But Shep dropped it to the floor, so there's a point gone there. Another point there by William. So that's 4 points down. And Shep's only dropped 1 so far. Here goes another. That's 2. And he's burst it. That's another 2. That's 4 all. And we're coming very near to the end now. There's about 10 seconds to go to the end of this. In fact, 4 seconds I've got coming up to the end now. And who's going to drop it last? That's the end of the contest, and believe it or not, it's a draw. It's a draw. Splendid competition there. Well done, William. 4 each. In fact, we did have 1 practice a little earlier on. Shep was destroyed, but he obviously benefited from the practice. A good win there. So, Mrs. Turner, thanks very much for coming along. Very sporting contest. Well done, William. Now, it's over to Lesley for the cake cutting.
In real party mood, it's ready to cut the cake. I'm holding Jack and Jill back a bit because this cake is full of their favourite food. It's got some dog biscuits in to give it a bit of body, and this lovely icing here is full of savoury flavouring. It's just margarine.
Lovely. OK, all set to cut.
So I shall cut the cake.
The plates. You know what we're short of? What? Oh, you've got them. I thought
What's
I
that?
couldn't see them.
I've got the cats and I'm hanging on tight.
Well, come on, give me
Hey, Shep, table manners. You haven't got your knife and fork yet, and you haven't even got your bib on.
They're going to go mad at this.
A big slice, because Jack and Jill share their plates.
There you go.
And they are the birthday cats, after all. Right, who shall be next? Petra?
That's right, they've been waiting all day for that.
Ladies
Yes, Petra
next.
next. Ladies next.
Oh, there we are. One for Petra.
I think we're going to be a spare plate. Is that for us?
Off you go. No, thank you.
One for Shep?
One for Shep.
Here you are,
There we
Shep.
are.
I think we ought to break it up a little bit, haven't we? Hang on.
There we are.
Hey, you don't eat off the
No,
table.
you could actually put it down on the floor, John. You've really taught him no manners at all.
Oh, he's terrible. He hasn't even brought a bib.
In the meantime, Jack and Jill are having a great old time here.
tucking it.
Thoroughly enjoying it. And the cake is going down extremely well. What we'll definitely do is save a piece of that for William. That's what the other plate's for. Cut a piece so that William can have it.
We'll cut a piece
He's
for
just gone
William.
over to the other side of the studio. But anyway, that'll do for now. Cats eating merrily, us chomping. We'll be back on Thursday, and I'll be in the water.
And I'm going to be a Red Indian for the day.
We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
William!
Tomorrow afternoon on BBC One, Good Snakes, Bad Snakes, the story of a boy from Sri Lanka who captures a rare snake which he hopes will fetch a good price, so that he can pay for his sick mother to receive hospital attention. That's tomorrow at 4:40.